Hello. Um, Hi. First of all, hey Sky, why didn't you stream Friday? You swore up and down you were going to. What happened? I went out and yeah. Don't make the mistake of going out and doing a bunch of stuff because then you get home and you're tired as shit. So I ended up falling asleep. Uh, I got straight. Sorry. Okay. So I didn't stream Friday because things happened, but a lot has happened. Um, Trying to think of where to start because I have a whole list of things that happened. It's been a very busy week, and this week, like last week, I will not be streaming Saturday or Sunday. Hesitant on the Sunday part. It depends on how, like, if I'm going to be exhausted or not. But yeah, I have videos to make. I really do. I have like things I'm like I got new stories I want to share with y'all. Um where to start? Like I could get chronological order or could I just not? Let's see. Uh so the first thing that happened is after Thursday, I did the thing most streamers do. You know, you get food, you drink, uh, you get ready. What just happened? Okay, my phone was acting weird. I was panicking. My phone was acting weird. I was like, phone. Because for a second, it looked like the stream was on the ending screen. And I was like, why is it there? I swear I'm live. I should be live. Am I not live? Have I been talking to a void this entire time? But no, I think I'm live. I'm good. I'm good. I'm wonderful. We're chill. Um, so. Oh, yeah, I have to explain that too. Number one, I lied. Number one, I got sick for a little bit. I'm okay now. We think it was a stomach bug, but my nose is still stuffed up. We believe that is allergies. Uh, so yeah, there's that. So throughout the stream, you might hear me like mute the microphone to blow my nose, or yeah, it sucks, but I'm fine. So Thursday after stream, after doing the things I'm supposed to do, I went to the bathroom as any normal human does, and I happened to sneeze. And when you sneeze, you kind of look to the right. Um, and so I tilted my head to the right as I sneezed, and there, on my shoulder, is a spider, just sitting there, like like it's a pirate, or yeah, like I'm a pirate, and it's like a little toy parrot sitting on my. Yeah, needless to say, I freaked out, and I flung it, and then I proceeded to rip off my. I was wearing a sweater, so I ripped off my sweater and my shirt, and just stared at them. Was like, no, no, I do not trust them. It was a mess. I Oh, I was so jumpy the day after because it was just not. I was like, no. Cause my mom, like, we went out the next day, and mom, on my outfit, tried to pluck a hair off of it. Presumably the dog's hair. It gets everywhere. And she told me that she was taking it off as she was doing it. So I heard her words, but I felt it, and I just immediately jumped and tensed up. And I had to force myself to relax. And I was like, it's not you, I swear. It's the experience. It was what just happened. So now I'm on a I hate bugs arc again. I was getting along with the spiders, to be fair. They're daddy long legs. They eat other spiders, so I was getting along with them. But now when they, sit on my shoulder, I'm not okay with that. So yeah, anyway, he got he's presumably dead now. He's somewhere. I hope he's dead. It's okay. We're gonna bug bomb the house. It's fine. He will be dead. So that happened. And then we went out Friday and we did some things for the wedding. Big sister got some stuff. I got some stuff. I'm excited. I got a Diamond Dots kit because I like Diamond Dots. And then I also got a giant yarn ball. Because Joanne's is bankrupt, for anyone who doesn't know. And where we were happened to be near Joanne's. And we were like, everything's on sale. Might as well go in. So yeah, I got those two. I'm so excited. I've been using the yarn ball. I'm currently in the process of crocheting my green dinosaur stuffed animal a cape. So yeah, that's been fun. It's been really fun. Yeah, we also went to specific store and we got a bunch of things, but I more importantly got a bunch of nail polish. To be fair, I went in there for one nail polish. That's what I did. I went in there looking for a very specific type of nail polish, and I came out with 6. But they're so pretty. I have them, like, hello, chat. I accidentally muted myself as I reached behind my laptop to grab the 4 sitting in front of me. The other 2 are back there. So, I'm obviously going to make a video about nail polish. It'll be like my 3rd video, right? About nail polish. Or 4th. One of the 2. Anyway, but I'm so excited. So I have color shifting toppers, which is just kind of really fucking cool. But yeah, I got, how do I explain this? I have like this beautiful green shimmery color. It's a shine. Really pretty though. I have this beautiful purple that, like, the sparkles in it when you hold it under the light, it shines blue. So that's beautiful. I have this like beautiful maroon color. Love it. And this beautiful, beautiful pink. And then I also have 2 other shimmers, which is a white shimmer and a darker gray shimmer. I went in to the store looking for the white or the gray shimmer. Came out with all of them. Because they're so pretty. Yeah. Anyway. So obviously I'm going to make a whole video about them. And then the second thing I'll make a video about is obviously the Ren Fair. That was fun. We experienced a lot. I experienced a lot. Nothing bad. It was just like, it was good. It was so good. But things happen. So I'm trying to think of how to explain this. I had a beautiful outfit, and I'll explain that in the actual Red Fair video that I do plan on making. I swear to you, I do plan on making it. Actually, I need to write down something. Give me a second. I'll try to keep talking as I do it. But we got to there, and I was prepared, right? For anything. I got a very specific thing because I was like, I need to. What the Sorry. My phone went to one of my VODs instead of the live stream. I am so sorry. I know you guys can't see it, but I was like, wait a freaking second. But I went prepared, and I ended up not needing some of the things that I packed, which is good. It was very hot. Very, very hot. It was okay. But yeah, we walked around, this wonderful, wonderful women at this jewelry stand were like, yeah, we got a really good view from here. And there's a guy at the manning one of the rides behind them, and he was shirtless and in tights. So, like tight capris. And, yeah, I was like, fair enough. And then there was a woman who was very impressive, but also very hot. So I was like, oh, wow, the Ren Fair. Welcome to bisexual disaster or crisis. 1 second. For fuck's sake. I felt like a sneeze building up, and then it was just like, nah, fuck you. I lied. Ugh. I hate it. Anyway. But there was that. It was funny. What else did we do? There was so much at the Ren Fair. Trying to remember it is like the interesting part. Watch this guy. He was a musician. He did magic. Why do I always struggle with that word. But like the entire time he was like doing his act, there were so many times I wanted to like coo at him because I was like, you're so pathetic. In like the most adorable way. I don't know how to explain it. Like he did a little fantastic as the crowd like responded to him, and it was like, oh baby. I say about like a man probably 20 years my senior, but it was like, I was like, I want to write a character that's you, pathetic man, but in a sweet, adorable kind of way. And his tricks were okay. I'll probably go more into detail about them in that video. I'm just kind of giving an overview of what happened at the Ren Fair. Um, there was something. There was something, I swear. We walked around a bit. I don't think we all three watched a show together. We did get lunch together. That was nice. We did look at some stuff together, some of the booths and things. Oh, right. That's the most damning thing. I promise you guys, I do plan to post pictures. I just haven't yet because I've been so busy. That little thud is what I bought as soon as we got to the Ren Fair. We walked by, and I was like, ah, yes. So, I have bought myself a dagger. It's a very pretty dagger. It is a dragon on the hilt. And the case for it is also very heavily detailed with a dragon running up it. It is very beautiful. It was $20. So I love it. However, there are some problems. But I am most excited that I even own it, to be fair. Like, this is my first ever dagger. And there's probably going to be many more in the future. So yeah, I do plan to post pictures of it. The only problem is that where the hilt and the blade are usually together, it's not for me. We think, or at least our theory, is that the glue that was sort of holding the blade and the hilt together melted in the scorching heat, and so they are no longer together. Ugh, my nose. Okay. So, but I'm super excited about it. And yeah, pictures will probably be on the Ko-fi and in the Discord. That's my thought. But yeah, so that is one thing I did buy. That was the only thing that I really bought. I know for lunch I had a ramen, which was very interesting. And I was not sure what to expect. It actually turned out to be really fucking good ramen. So, you know, props to the Ren Fair. Like, damn. And then we went home after lunch. Well, we've been there a good while. Well, we visited a castle that was new. And then we went home. But yeah. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It almost always is. But then, you know, we got home and I passed out and I woke up the next day and I felt like shit. And I kept sneezing and I was like, well, that's not good. And then the very next day I started dry heaving. So, needless to say, it wasn't good. Luckily, yesterday, I felt much, much better. So we believe it was a stomach flu, or not a stomach flu, a stomach bug, just something that went away quick. Thankfully. But it was still, like, are you serious? I made a joke at the Ren Fair that I wasn't sure how much I trusted the ramen because I didn't want food poisoning. And then I got sick. So, I don't know. Maybe it was the ramen. unfortunately, as if you can't tell, my nose is still very much running, which sucks. Okay. Blech. Okay. I need to drink something. Because my throat hurts. Because I have been coughing along with sneezing. So, you know. It hasn't been that often anymore, though. So that's good. But yeah. So I got sick, which sucked. But Wednesday I felt better. So me and Mom went out. And we ended up at the mall because I needed some makeup stuff. And there was like a very specific place where you could get cheap makeup. So we got makeup. And I'm planning on helping Mom with doing her makeup, which is going to be very interesting. Because I've never done makeup on somebody else. I've always done it on myself. So it's gonna be intriguing. And we also stopped by a shoe store to get Mom some shoes for the wedding. We ended up finding a pair, but it was buy one, get one 50% off, and everything in the clearance was already 70% off. So I happened to get myself a pair of Mary Janes, and I am very happy. It looks cute. I love it. I also plan to post a picture of them too. I also got a whole outfit because we happened to stop by or walk past. We technically walked past Forever 21 and they were having a giant sale of like 60 to 80% off. So we went in mostly because I have one pair of shorts and it was like maybe I should get more. Like I love my skirts and all, but maybe I should get another pair of shorts. We didn't end up finding any shorts, but I did get a new black skirt that looks like it's made of silk and a sweater that will be perfect during the fall time. That looks very adorable. So I'm more than happy. I also tried a gyro for the first time. It was really good. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. And then we went out today, but today was just like very laid back. We just ate lunch and got our haircuts. That was it. Nothing else. So, very good, very good. But yeah, and so tomorrow is I need to do my nails, and Mom and I are gonna practice makeup, and then Saturday is like finish putting everything together. Cause like I was thinking about what I need for the wedding, and I was talking with Mom about it, and Mom was like, "You probably want to change of clothes, or at the very least a pair of shoes, because the shoes I'm wearing to the wedding are high heels, like they got a tall heel on them. So yeah, but also we're going to change there." So I also was like needing to plan a outfit to there, one that's easy enough to change, And then there's also, if I get too sweaty, stuff like that. And then there's like, if I need to fidget, do I have any, stuff to fidget with? And so I'm also planning that. And like, do I want to bring any of my stuffed animals? If so, who am I bringing? And we also need to wash some clothes. I also need to bring my makeup, because I'm not going to do my makeup way before the wedding. And by the time the wedding, ceremony is happening, it practically falling off my face, that's not happening. So I'll be doing it with the rest of the bridesmaids. I'm not a bridesmaid, by the way. I'm just the brother of the groom. Or not the groom. Not the groom. Oh, I'm fine. It's been a long week, okay? I am the brother of the bride. Yeah, I will be the groom's brother-in-law. Oh my god. Brother of the groom. Oh. I'm fine. I'm doing great, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, anyway. Finishing up stuff like that. And then yeah. That's it. And then it's actual wedding day and everything plays out. Which will be very intriguing, since there will be people there, which I think I talked about a little bit before. Of there are people there that have not seen me in forever, and there'll be new people there that I've never met. And I am terrified, but excited, nonetheless. And obviously, I do plan on making a video talking about my time at the wedding, but I'm going to leave out the more personal stuff, like, obviously. But yeah. I'm excited. I'm happy for her. But I'm also like, she's not gonna live with us anymore. And that's sad. I like having her here. But it's okay. she's not that far away. And it's okay. But yeah. I was trying to think if there's anything else. To be fair, chat, I didn't even know if I wanted to stream tonight because I was tired. And I was like, do I have the energy to stream? But here I am, so it might be a very short stream, to be honest, because I am tired. And I feel like that does come across. But you know what? Lots of videos should be made sometime in the future. And hopefully, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, let's play a video game, guys. I swear there's a game. My goal is to at least get to chapter 7. However, I'll not be mad if we don't. Alright. What was happening last time? Right. This. Give me 2 seconds. I want to eat a granola bar. Oh, my dog did the most adorable thing. She she's caught on to the fact that I have alarms on my phone set up for her food. And so today, when my alarm went off, I snoozed it because I was like, yeah, I'll feed her in a second. And then at 6:04, here comes trotting along the lovely puppy dog. And she stops in front of my door, and I get up and I look at her and I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm coming. And she starts wagging her tail really hard, and I'm like, she knows I'm gonna feed her. She knows, because Mom was laying down in her bed. So it's like, if Mom won't get up, it's okay. I'll go to Dad. He'll get up. So, yeah. It was funny. Very funny. Very adorable. But yeah. It's a little scary she's caught on to that fact as well. Yeah. That's okay. Anyway, pretty sure we stay here. Stay. Yeah, we're good. Oh, I just have an open granola bar in my hands. I need to eat that. Alright. I nod at Waltz. He steps out of the curtains and raises his hands in surrender. Forgive me, Your Majesty. I know you. You were Hildary's apprentice. Waltz, was it? I remember then that Waltz had worked for Mother, so naturally the king would know who he was. It's been a while, Your Majesty. I'm honored you still remember me. You haven't changed. Not at all. So Hildary really did curse you for betraying her. Betraying her? Betraying her how? Luciette, shut up. That's not important right now. The king places a sword back in his scabbard. I have no idea what you're doing here now, but... The king surprises both of us by getting down on one knee and bowing to Waltz. Your Majesty, you shouldn't... I've never been able to thank you after the war, so thank you. You did so much for our kingdom, Waltz. So thank you. We owe you our lives. If only all the witches were as good as you. That's mean to Delora. The king stands once again, his posture stiff and straight. There are more of us than you think, Your Majesty. I'm lost. What are they talking about? Don't worry about it, Lucia. But I didn't do it for the kingdom. Waltz turns to look at me suddenly, a smile on his face. I did it for her. Her? Who are you talking about? Waltz nods his head at me. It's alright, Luciette. I slide out of my hiding place and stand in front of the king. It has been months since I last saw him. The king's eyes widen as he looks at me. You're that girl from the gates. You remember me. More like I find it impossible to forget you. What? I have a lot of questions for the two of you, but most importantly is why you're both in this room. Regardless of the fact I know you, Waltz, you've still broken into the palace. We would not have done that. Hold on. Music is too loud for me. Okay. I'm going to just take off my headphones. I might just be too sensitive to the noise right now. We would not have done it if we did not have to. I steel myself for further scolding when the king turns to look at me. The box you're holding, we need it to break Waltz's curse. How did you come to have it, your majesty? The king looks down at the box, if only noticing it for the first time. I was in this room the other day and I noticed a chip on the side of the box. I took it to get it fixed. A chip. I did drop it once a while back, but did not think to get it fixed myself. Why would you do that? The king looks around the room, a faraway look in his eyes. This room is special to me, though I do not know why. I feel like this room and I are both waiting for someone to return, and everything must be perfect for when they do. I feel my chest tighten even as the king huffs out a laugh. What am I saying? He cannot miss me when he does not remember me. He cannot. Right? But if this box is all that you require, Waltz, you may have it. It is the least I can do after all you've done for us. The king holds out the box to Waltz, who reaches out to take it. Thank you, your majesty. Look who we have here. We all freeze at the sound of a new voice. I turn and find an all too familiar figure leaning against the doorway, a mischievous grin on his face. What a sweet... God damn it, Varg! Reunion. Varg? Oh? Hey! Chapter 6. Betrayals. Varg. I told you I'd come back for you, didn't I? Oh shit. Varg taps his cane on the floor, creating a shock wave of powerful energy that blasts all of us across the room. The impact of the magic forces me against the wall. I collapse to my knees, pain thrumming in my head. The king collapses somewhere nearby, and I hear the crack of the box as it lands on the ground a few feet away from us. Waltz holds out his hand. I take it as he helps me back to my feet. Luciette, are you alright? Yes. Luciette. The king looks at me quizzically, but his gaze does not linger. He looks toward Varg, his eyes narrowed. Did the king remember who I was? Your Majesty, are you hurt? The king shakes his head at Waltz, before turning his attention to Varg, his eyebrows furrowed. Who is this man? Your Majesty, this person is working for the Wicked Witches. What? Wait, what happened to Julian and Garland? They were just outside the door. What did you do to them? Varg cocks his head to the side. Who? The guards just outside the door. I was sure they must have hid themselves when they saw the king coming to this room, but they still should have been able to see Varg coming. Guards? I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about, Princess. Varg seems like he's telling the truth, but I cannot trust him. Please let them be safe. I see Neverland a few feet from us. I can try to grab it, but Varg will probably thwart my attempt with magic. I have to wait for an opening. I'll distract him. While I do that, both of you need to run. What? I eye Varg. He looks at the three of us with his lips slightly quirked, as if he is amused. Now is not the time to argue with me, Luciette. I don't know. Now is the perfect time to argue. Yeah, now is the perfect time to argue. Because you're a dumbass if you think Luciette is leaving you. No. Luciette, we must prioritize the king's safety. I will help you. I do not know how, but I must do something. But we are in this together, Waltz. I'm not going to run away while you sacrifice yourself for us. Waltz's disapproval is clearly written on his face, but eventually he sighs out, seeming to let it go. You're too stubborn for your own good. So I've been told. I turn to the king and place a hand on his shoulder. Your Majesty, leave this to us. You have to escape somewhere safe. This does not involve the king. It is me that Varg wants, after all. The king shakes his head as he removes my hand from his shoulder. He stands up and moves in front of us before pulling his sword from his sheath. Your Majesty, what kind of king would I be if I stood back and allowed 2 children to protect me? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we're both kids. You know, for once, I'm actually okay with De Niro doing this. It's like, hell yeah. Good man. Good man for doing such a thing. Do not let the children protect you. Varg looks amused by our conversation. You know that I'm not letting you get away this time, princess. It doesn't matter who stands in my way. Father, his cane is enchanted. You cannot hold him with just a blade. Father? I'm at a loss for words. It has been a long time since I called him that. Much to my surprise, the king's lips pull into a soft smile. You said that at the gates that one day, when you were seeking an audience with me. I've not been able to forget that day. Before I can say anything in return, a familiar smooth voice breaks the ensuing silence. Oh? I wondered where all these voices are coming from. Hi. A familiar man steps into the doorway. He inspects everyone in the room quietly. Nithros. Your Majesty. Quickly, summon the knights. We have an intruder in the palace. He gestures to Varg, who looks unperturbed. An intruder, you say? Sir Mithras turns to Varg. At first, his expression is impassive, but then, slowly, his lips begin to edge into a sly smile. You're such a ruffian, Varg. Look at all this property destruction. I can only gape at Sir Mithras in shock. If he knows Varg, then he's most certainly affiliated with the witches. You know this man. Explain yourself, Mithras. We're all thrown off guard by Sir Mithras laughing. Soon his laugh becomes a mad cackle. There's a strange brightness in his eyes that sends shivers down my spine. Oh, shoot. My apologies, Your Majesty. I'm just amused by my servant's atrocious behavior. At ease, Varg. Sir Mithras gestures at Varg, a silent command to lower his cane. Varg obeys him before moving to the corner of the room, leaning against the wall with disinterest. Don't worry, Your Majesty. You're not the one we're after. What? Sir Mithras turns a sly smile on me, and I instinctively take a step back. The princess is the lady we need to escort. Escort? Princess? This girl is a princess. That's correct. It is a shame you can't remember your own daughter, even though she stands right in front of you. Damn! Okay, he didn't need to put it in that thick. Or lay it thick, whatever. You know what I mean. Anyway. Mithras, please. Mithras, please. Look, I give De Niro a lot of shit, but like, damn. Alright. Enough with your vagueness. Explain your vagueness. That wasn't vague at all. Explain yourself. The king's grip on the hilt of his sword tightens. I'm not obligated to explain everything to you. Try thinking on your own for a change, Your Majesty. Goddamn. Mithras. Sir Mithras ignores the king's outburst and turns his attention to Waltz. He visibly stiffens and a sly smile contorts into a grimace. And look who we have here. I see the traitor has returned to the palace. Waltz stares at him, looking puzzled. Sir Mithras tilts his head to his side and offers Waltz a lopsided smile. You still look the same as you did back then. I did not think it was possible for you to grow weaker, Waltz Cresswell. Mithras, I see. Waltz looks melancholy as he stares at Sir Mithras. Waltz, what's going on? This man's real name is Myth, and he is a witch, same as me. It appears he has been using a powerful glamour to conceal his identity. His real identity. If I hadn't been cursed, I would have been able to tell right away. I would not give yourself so much credit, Cresswell. Waltz narrows his eyes, but says nothing. I glance between the two of them, confused. But how do you know him? He secretly worked for your mother. Practically worshipped her. Oh, yeah, we know. We know. Worshipped is a nice way to say he was horny as hell for her. Anytime we talk to Sir Mithras, it's, your mother was beautiful. She was so gorgeous. She was so hot, Mithras, please. I was the only other person that knew of his existence as a witch outside of the tent bearer. A witch? I trust in you, Mithras. The king says his words through gritted teeth, his voice contorted in anger. Sir Mithras flicks a wrist. It is a dismissive gesture, and he still looks amused. What a hypocrite you are, your majesty. He eyes Waltz. You're willing to play nice with some witches, but not others. This bias is what drove us witches to madness in the first place. Sir Mithras faces the king with a grin. You human hypocrites are so easy to manipulate. It is pathetic. Mithras! The king charges at Sir Mithras with a sword held high. Your majesty, don't! Oh, shit. The king's sword never touches Sir Mithras. Sir Mithras only has to hold out his hand, and suddenly an invisible force pushes the king back. He crashes into one of my shelves, knocking down my dolls. No! Your majesty! I quickly run to his side to help him up. Thankfully, he does not seem to have any major wounds. To think there was a witch working in the palace the whole time. And not the good kind of witch either. I was too careless. Rejoice, your majesty. I still have more surprises for you. I will never forgive this betrayal, Mithras. Betrayal? I'm afraid you've been played for a fool this entire time, your majesty. My loyalty has been reserved for Lady Hilary and no one else. The fact you don't call her queen says a lot, Myth. Myth, I cannot imagine what you hope to gain from all this. Hilary is long gone. Sir Mithras' eyes flash as he turns a severe glare on Waltz. His voice is seething with venom when he speaks. Had it not been for you, traitor, she would still be here. The king mentioned Waltz's betrayal. Sir Mithras called him a traitor. What exactly did Waltz do? Well, probably sell out where your mother was. Sir Mithras beckons me forward with a gesture of his hand. Now, if you please, princess, come with us if you don't want them to get hurt. Waltz immediately stands in front of me. I won't let you take her. In your current form, you don't stand a chance. I will make certain that you never break your curse, Waltz. This whole thing was a setup, a trap. I'm sorry, Waltz. This was my fault. No, it was mine. The reason we came was to break my curse. My eyes once again flit to the box on the floor. Neverland is just a few steps away from me. Neverland. Waltz's eyes follow mine to the box. He leans back and whispers to me. You have to get the box and break my curse. I feel for the key inside my pocket. If Waltz's true magic is indeed sealed in the box, then releasing it might give us a chance at victory. And Mithras and Varg do not seem to have caught on to the fact that the object that will break Waltz's curse is right at their feet. Okay. The king moves to stand beside Waltz and draws his sword again. His body is shielded. Your majesty, I will not let you take this girl. You will have to go through me first. You can't do this. Luciette. No, buddy, you can't be saying that. I've always loved that name. I thought if I ever had a daughter, I would give her that name. Magic makes even the impossible possible. You must truly be my daughter, yes? Tears start to blur my vision. Oh, how disgustingly touching. It seems I will just have to deal with you first. No. I rush towards the box at the same moment Mithras casts his spell. Varg lunges at me, his hands reaching for me. But he's too late. By the time he grabs me, I've already inserted the key into Neverland. I give it one definitive twist and hear flick of the box as it pops open. White flashes through the room, blinding me. Suddenly, I feel strong arms around me, holding me tightly, protectively. When I open my eyes, it is Waltz I see. Even several years older, I still recognize him. Waltz! It's me, Waltz! Waltz! Hey there, little star. It seems like the tide has turned, Myth. Waltz grins, and I see the confidence in his expression that I've never seen before. Sir Mitheros's frown has only become more severe. Fool, I will show you that I was the favorite apprentice. Be careful not to hurt the princess, Mitheros. Varg's voice is almost teasing, but Sir Mitheros does not seem to care. I didn't plan on it. Sir Mitheros gestures his hand in a sweeping gesture. The beginnings of a spell gather at his fingertips. Waltz looks at me and smiles reassuringly. Now when I say I can protect you, Luciette. Now when I say I can protect you, Luciette, I definitely can. Waltz holds out his hand just before Sir Mitheros' magic reaches us. An invisible barrier suddenly appears in front of us, thwarting Sir Mitheros' magic. It seems like I'm not as rusty as I thought I would be. Waltz snaps his fingers and effortlessly creates a dark wave that pushes both Sir Mitheros and Varg to the wall. Let's go. What do we do now? The Order of Caldera. They're sworn an oath of protection. We can rely on them. No, we can't. Waltz glances down the hallway, his mouth drawn in a tight line. I see clear suspicion in his eyes. I look back at the king. The knights should have been here by now. Surely such a commotion should have brought them running. Now I know why Waltz is staring down the hallway. He's searching for the knights that are meant to pass through here. There is no possible way they did not hear the skirmish in my bedroom. The three of us push onward. I stand between the king and Waltz, waiting. I'm not entirely sure what I'm waiting for, but I can feel the tension in the air. We only stop moving when a voice cuts through the silence. Your Majesty. Oh, no, not you! Come on! God damn it! Sir Alacaster stops before us with a group of knights. His face is impassive at best. Waltz takes a step back as Sir Alacaster looks at the king. The king is quiet for a few moments, his eyebrows drawn together in a terse expression. He finally speaks. I am about to declare a state of emergency. Where have you been? Seize them. Run! My eyes are still on the knights in front of us. When I hear footsteps from behind us, I am nonplussed when a dozen knights appear from the shadows and surround us. I look for Flitz in the cluster of knights, but he is not here. The king stares at him, baffled. What is the meaning of this? Well, Gennaro, this is called your stupidity has reached its limit. Could this be the reason why? What is happening? Who else is here? That voice. Ophelia! Welcome! We're all getting kidnapped. Not kidnapped. Hostage. We're all hostages now. Hello. We all turn to watch the dining room doors open. Ophelia enters with Emily and Rod. Several knights trail behind them and flank them on either side, giving them no room to escape. Rod notices me and stares in shock, but says nothing. Gennaro. The minute she sees the king, she calls his name and attempts to run towards him. The knights only need to raise their swords and block her path to stop her. I think that takes care of all the intruders. Though I'm not happy that two managed to escape. Two. Julian and Garland. If they manage to escape, they might be able to get reinforcements. The king will be judged and convicted. His crown will be given to one more worthy. I see. It was you who sent that letter, Alacaster. That is correct. Now, if you want to protect your family, you will hand over your crown. The king shakes with rage. Was this yours and Mitheros' plan all along? To take down this kingdom at its heart? Sir Alacaster snorts and crosses his arms. Do not clump me together with that snake. Both of us have different goals. It just so happens that we both need to be rid of you. What? You are a weak king, Gennaro. The kingdom of Angelia needs someone who will rule with an iron fist. No, you are a weak king. Don't get me wrong. You are a weak king. But not an iron fist either. They need someone who is competent. Not a man with a jello spine. And not a man who'd kill anyone who dared to say hey to him. You're too soft, and so your subjects have become too dependent on the kingdom. And how do you propose I run my kingdom? By instilling fear. There's no place for fear in this kingdom. It is a ruler's obligation to assuage the fears of his people. I cannot believe you would do this, Sir Alacaster. Alacaster looks at me with disinterest. Luciette, correct? I have no business with you, but I suppose Mithoros does. We have been backed into a corner. What do we do? I feel for my pocket, my hand touching the smooth surface of a vial. I still remember the potion that Parfait gave me before we left. I had forgotten I had this with me. Parfait told me to use the potion if we ever found ourselves in a difficult situation. She said it would give us time to escape. She did not even tell me what it does. I glanced at Waltz, who was not eyeing the knights quietly. But it is possible that Waltz would be able to do something about the situation with his own magic. No, he just got his magic back. So, yeah. He just got his magic back, so I doubt he'd be able to do anything. So let's use the potion. I reach into my pocket and slip the vial out. I open my fingers just long enough for Waltz to see it. He gives me a little nod before turning his attention to Sir Alacaster, who's still speaking with the king. I'll make you regret your actions, Sir Alacaster. I throw the vial to the floor. In the moment it shatters, a blinding white light envelops the room, forcing my eyes closed. Waltz grabs my hand and pulls me away. Don't let them escape. I hear a few grunts from the knights as Waltz begins to barrel his way through them. Waltz leads me into the throne room. We have all somehow made it out. Rod stands between Ophelia and Emily. Rod must have pretty good eyes to be able to lead both of them out of there in all that chaos. Good job back there, Luciette. I never realized you had a potion. Parfait gave it to me before she left on our urgent meeting. Well, that's a good thing then. You saved me by using it, you know. Using a more complicated spell would have drained my energy. Why is this happening? Oh, hi, Emily. Emily's eyes are filled with tears. Ophelia takes her into her arms and rubs her back in an effort to calm her. This is my fault. How could I have not foreseen it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Julian was right about it. I should have listened to her. You should have. It's not your fault, Your Majesty. We don't have much time. We need to escape and tell Lady Parfait about this. It sounds like Julian and Garland were able to escape. It is possible they will soon bring reinforcements. Rod, you know these people? Rod is silent for a few moments before nodding at her. Yes, they're my friends. Friends? Rod just shrugs at me. More than likely, he wants us to play along. Rod's like, we're not friends, but for the sake of my mother's anxiety, we are friends. Waltz paces the room, his arms crossed as he tries to think of something. Waltz? I haven't done this in a long time. Oh. But I can try to open a portal that leads us back to the march. And oh. Witches can do that? Only the most practiced witches. It only works if they have a clear image of where they want to go. So you can do it. I can. I was taught by your mother, after all. Waltz starts waving his hand in front of him as he conjures a spell to open the portal. But the portal disappears as soon as it appears and fades again. Darn it. Oh. Damn it. They are coming, Waltz. I'm doing my best, Princess. Waltz tries to cast the spell again. This time the opening appears and stays. I did it. But this won't be open for long. Your Majesty, you must go first. No, let Ophelia and the children go first. Waltz nods as he ushers Ophelia and Emily into the portal. Though Rod is reluctant to step inside, I force him into the portal before me. I cannot keep the portal open much longer, Luciette. I can manage one more person before I need to recast it. Your Majesty, you must go. No. What? I do not have any intention of leaving. To leave this place is to abandon my kingdom. I will not flee like a coward. I will protect my throne to my last breath. But that would be suicide. He will not kill me. He may have managed to sway the order, but I have the people on my side. Gennaro, no. Buddy, no. He has the means to kill you. He intends to kill you. What do you mean? He will not kill me. He will kill you. Killing me will cause an uprising, and that's the last thing he will want. No, I think he's okay with an uprising. But if the king escaped, he will be able to fight from outside. The castle and his crown are symbols, but he is in danger if he stays here alone. I glance at Waltz and notice him paling. I can tell that the magic is sapping his strength, making him weaker. I ball my hands into fists. I cannot leave the king here by himself. He is the king, and I am the crown princess. Waltz, you will come back for me, right? What are you? Before I can react, I put my hands on his back and push with all the strength I can muster. Waltz stares at me in horror as he falls into his portal. I am sorry. Waltz disappears and the portal collapses in on itself, leaving me with the king. Both my mind and heart are numb as the knights approach, ready to surround us. The king and I sit on the floor with our hands tied behind behind our backs. There are 2 knights standing by the door to watch over us. I look at the king, who remains as quiet and solemn as before. He has been so calm. Does he have a plan? Why is it that you chose to stay with me? I'm surprised when he finally breaks the silence. Because there are questions I need answers to. Besides, I cannot leave you here. I have many things I need to ask you. King Gennaro falls silent as he stares at me. The gold in his eyes clearly reflects my own. I never realized how I've been saying that, man! That's cool. Is it true? Are you really my daughter? Yes, I was given the fairy tale curse and turned into a peasant. My title was stolen from me and from the minds of the people. No one remembers who I am anymore. Cinderella? How did you know? I noticed the glass slipper necklace on your neck, but the other slipper seems to be missing a piece. A piece? I look down and stare at the second slipper. My eyes widen when I notice that the piece is bigger. When did that happen? But when did this happen? I consider and recall the moment I broke Waltz's curse. Was it when I broke Waltz's curse? That means I only have one more deed left to complete, but my birthday is tomorrow. Are you alright? Yes, I am. I'm just worried. You've been through much today. Try and get some rest. You must reserve your energy. I'm sure what he means, but either way, there's no way I could possibly sleep now. At least that is what I tell myself, but as minutes pass, I feel my eyes getting heavier. Eventually, I drift into a dreamless sleep. Luciette, you must wake up. I blink a few times, and when I come to, I find that I'm leaning on the king's shoulder. I fell asleep. The king glances back to the door, his eyes narrowed slightly as he takes a deep breath. It is time to go. What? I turn towards the front doors and realize that the knights guarding the room are missing. They will be back soon. We must hurry. I'm surprised when the king pulls out of the ropes that were binding him. He holds a small knife in his hands. How long has he been out of his bindings? When did you free yourself? I have been sorely underestimated. I have been trained just as well as the knights. It goes without saying that I could get myself out of bindings. I'm not so weak that I need to depend on others to protect me. It sounds like something I would say. Yeah, I suppose a little bit of Gennaro is in Luciette. Well, where'd you get the knife? Surely they made sure to take anything we had that could have been a weapon. Would it suffice to say I pulled it out from a hidden spot? Not many people would think to look in a person's boots. The king leaned down to cut my bindings, then lowers himself to the ground. His fingers brush the floor. What are you doing? Finding the keyhole. Ah, here we go. Here we are. He pulls a small key from his pocket and and it fits into a crevice in the floor. The floor gives a gentle, audible rumble. The king pulls the tile from the floor, revealing a hidden staircase. There was a hidden staircase here? In the floor? An escape route, if one were ever needed. Only I know of its existence. Now we must go before they return. Is this the tunnels? Because if it's the tunnels, then no, you are not the only one that knows that it exists. In fact, Lady Parfait, Waltz, and Rod all know it exists. And Laura, for that matter. There. I nod and follow after him. The king sets the panel in place as we descend down into the darkness. The floor rumbles once more as the hidden pathway closes behind us. Both of us walk in silence for some time. The only sound we hear is... Only sound we hear are the echoes of our footsteps. I'm behind the king, staring at his back. He seems to have already recovered from his earlier injury. Or could he just be pretending that he's alright? How is your back? It doesn't hurt as much now. Thank you for asking. Silence ensues once again. This is getting awkward. Maybe I should say something. Yeah, yes, let's have a conversation. I guess we will literally have a conversation. Alright. But this is awkward time, Luciette. No. I cannot stand the silence any longer and speak up before I lose my nerve. I am sorry. Why are you apologizing? Because I've done nothing but cause you trouble. Rod told me once that when I disappeared, the king was happiest he'd ever been, because I was not there. I am sure if you had been given the chance to forget me or not, you would have chosen to forget me. No. It feels like I have been the cause of your pain, not the other way around. I feel as if I should be the one apologizing. I've been wondering for a while. If you were indeed my daughter, why do you address me by title? Do you not call me father? I stop in my tracks and turn away. It has been years since I called you that. You were never there for me, so I stopped considering you my father. A deafening silence falls upon us. I am sorry. Can you tell me why you distance yourself from me? The king looks at me silently, then something like regret in his eyes. I want to slap myself for my foolish question. My apologies. I forgot you do not remember me. You know, I've learned many things since I was cursed, but the things I've learned do not answer my questions. I had thought by staying here, I could finally chance upon some answers, some truth. I've always thought that only Mother loved me because you were never there for me. I am sorry I cannot give you the answers you seek. Well, I can understand why you would hate me. I am the witch's daughter after all. Hilary, do you know what transpired in the past? You mean with Mother? Hilary threatened to kill the person I loved and I did not Marry her? She threatened to kill Ophelia. The king looks down, his face contorted with anger. Parfait said Mother had already broke the rules long before she took over the kingdom. Her hands were already stained with blood. I won't let any more of my loved ones die in her hands. I had no choice back then. I married her because I refused to hurt Ophelia. I hated that woman for ruining my life and my kingdom. I know. I recall when you thanked Waltz for saving the kingdom. Can you tell me who Waltz is? Waltz? He was Hilary's apprentice. He was powerful, considered the second strongest among the witches. Really? He was a child prodigy, which is why Hilary ordered his family killed when they refused to give him to her. Waltz didn't find out about that until much later. Mother killed Waltz's family. I cannot believe this. Just how many lives did she take? When he did find out, he betrayed Hilary. He divulged her plans to the fairies and helped them defeat her. I gave him a copy to the key to the secret tunnels so that he could deliver it to the Lucius bearer. So that is how Parfait got a copy of the key. Then Hilary cursed him for betraying her. I do not know how you two know each other, but it's fairly obvious to me that he is loyal to you and cares about you. He was the type of person that expressed that loyalty plainly, so I can tell. I do not know why the king decided to comment on such a thing, but my cheeks are suddenly warm. You care for him. Do I? He is a good man. How do we even get to this conversation? The two of us are still walking when the king suddenly stops and I nearly bump into him. Ah, here we go. This should bring us into a passage that leads into the gardens. I follows his gaze to a rusty door. He slowly approaches the door. Stay close to me. I nod at him. He turns the knob and pulls open the door. The king and I can only gape at the sight in front of us. It is the last thing we expect to see behind the door. Mother? Hey! The Witch and the Crystal. Welcome, all. I feel like I cannot trust my eyes, because it is indeed Mother standing before us. The crystal. In the crystal. She looks the same as I last saw her, like she has just been sleeping all this time. What is Hilary doing here? Is that the Crystal 10? She looks like she has been trapped inside the crystal, but how? And no, she passed on 4 years ago. This is impossible. A lovely surprise, isn't it? The king immediately moves to stand in front of me. Sir Mithras saunters toward us with a wide smile on his face, looking unperturbed. Isn't she exquisite? Oh my fucking god. Mithras. She doesn't want you. Maybe she could care less about you. Stop trying to fuck her. Stop it. Stop. Even in slumber, she is still beautiful. What is the meaning of this, Mithras? When Mithras does not answer, the king reaches for his knife and frowns. What exactly are you and Alcester planning? I'm offended that you're associating the two of us. My goals are different from Alcaster's. My only wish is to see my queen again. Alcaster's the one who's after your throne. What are you going to do with Mother? I plan to revive her. What? I stare at Sir Mithras, shocked. Revive Mother? Is it even possible to bring back the dead? She's still alive, dear princess. My queen is only sleeping. Her link to the 10 has allowed her to survive all these years. She infused the last of her power with the crystal and merged with it. She was wise, yet even as light grows dimmer, so too does the light of her life come close to being extinguished. Once you have fully accepted your role as the new bearer of the Crystal 10, her link with it will be severed and she will die. That's why I need you, princess. I need your powers to bring her back to life. What? On your 18th birthday, you will inherit the crystal's power, and with that power, you will revive my queen. Isn't this what you've always wanted? To have your beloved mother back? It is true that I always wished for Mother to come back. But Delore and Parfait told me the truth now, and is the last thing that I want. What if Mother ruins the kingdom once again? I will not let that happen. I will not let my kingdom fall into the darkness again. The king charges towards Sir Mithyros with a knife in his hand. But Sir Mithyros easily sends him flying backward with a flick of his wrist and a magic spell. The knife falls to the ground just a few feet from where I stand. Your Majesty, I am about to run to him when Varg steps out of the darkness of the room and points a sword at the king's neck. Don't move, princess, otherwise my hand might slip. I freeze on my spot. Has he been here this whole time? Now, princess, you have an important decision to make. Help me revive the queen and save the king, or run away and he dies. My life is nothing compared to the lives that will be lost if Hilary is brought back. I will gladly trade my life for any of the lives she would steal. Foolish king, you cannot gamble with your life when it is no longer in your hands. Sir Mithyros growls at the king before facing me once again. He flashes me a crooked smile. How about it, princess? Fuck no! I cannot let Sir Mithyros kill a king. I cannot let him revive Mother either. I can just improvise. I might be able to hold them long enough for some backup to arrive. I catch a glimpse of the king's knife, which is just a few feet from me, when an idea strikes me. Waltz, Parfait, Delora, they have to come for us. I refuse. What? Sir Mithyros looks at me irritated. The king, however, looks relieved. The king's blood shall be on your hands then, Varg. I quickly lean down to pick up the knife and hold it to my neck. Princess, what are you planning to do with that? Put that down before you hurt yourself. Let the king go or I will kill myself. I know you need me to revive Mother. Do not take me to a fool, princess. I know you would not have the courage to die a martyr. Annoyance simmers within me. Oh, are you sure about that? I swallow as I press the blade to my neck. I feel the sharp edge cut through skin, but the blade does not go deep enough to hit any vital hearts. I cringe as my body is racked with pain and tears blur my vision. I am scared. You fool! Sir Mithyros' face is pale as he attempts to step toward me. Now you see my resolve. Let the king go. Mithyros. Mithyros curses under his breath, his outstretched hand clenching in a tight fist before he draws it back. It is working. I feel myself relax, but my hope is short-lived and foolish. Shit. Magic. Sir Mithyros casts a spell, and the knife goes hot in my hand. A scream escapes my mouth as I fall to the floor and clutch at my injured hand. You've been very bad, princess. Your mother would be disappointed in you. I glare at Mithyros, but he only clicks his tongue, face stern. That would have been much more pleasant if you had chosen to work with me, princess. I will get what I want, princess, which is to fuck your mother. Even if I must break you to revive my queen, I will do it. I will suffer the consequences for it later. Dude, he really thinks that... We know that Hilary does actually love Luciette. And knowing that, if Mithyros killed Luciette, he would not be alive. You know, Hilary would wake up and be like, where is my lovely daughter? And he'd be like, I killed her, my queen, but you're awake now. And the moment he got the words out, he's gone. Like, you don't kill her daughter. No. Mithyros turns to Varg. Varg, put them both in cells. I take a few steps back as Varg approaches us. All I can manage to do is back myself into the wall. Varg looks at me amused, like a cat toying with a mouse. He takes another step, but I do not see the movements he makes afterward. A bright light engulfs the area, eliciting an agitated hiss from Mithyros. Magic, but how? When the light clears, Varg is still standing, his eyes on my feet. I follow his gaze. Oh, we broke the curse. My shoes have been replaced with 2 beautiful glass slippers. Now use them to hit him. I broke my curse. What did I do? The king looks at me, His eyes hazy. He opens his mouth to speak, but then stops when Mithrose comes to hover just above him, his expression fixed into a glare. Oh, how charming. But your broken curse will not help you now, princess. Now be a good girl and allow Varg to escort you to your cell. Varg takes us to one of the prison cells and locks us up. This time be a good girl and don't try to escape. I scout, whatever. He only smirks in response. Feisty as always. He flashes me a lopsided smile before taking his leave. Luciette. The king quickly takes my hand in his and pulls me down to the floor to sit beside him. He reaches into his pocket and then withdraws a handkerchief. What is he doing? He neatly folds the cloth and leans towards me. I cringe back on reflex. He gingerly presses the handkerchief onto my injured skin. I cringe as I feel the pain. I'm so sorry, Luciette. Your injury is my fault. You have nothing to apologize for. I did it to save you, and yet here we are. I am the one who owes you an apology. I turn my gaze away in shame. The king cups my cheek and turns my head so I'm facing him. The gesture so gentle it moves me to tears. A father should be the one to protect his child. Always. His face is twisted in pain as he stares at me, eyes brimming with tears. I see the recognition in his eyes. Having reunited with my father like this makes me realize that I still cared for him. Please forgive me. I already have. The words take a great weight off my heart. It is as if the ice that has been shrouding it for so long is finally melting away. Without another word, my father throws his arms around me, trapping me in a warm embrace. This is the first time he has ever hugged me. I feel tears brimming in my eyes, and soon I am crying as I bury my face into my father's shoulder. I am sorry. Please forgive me, my dear daughter. We stay like this for what seems like a lifetime, leaning against each other and crying, silently asking for forgiveness. Once we are more relaxed, I sit down beside my father and tell him what has transpired since I was cursed. His expression becomes darker with every word that I speak. You have suffered so much, and I have not been to ease that suffering in any way. No, my life as a commoner showed me things I had never appreciated before. It was more fulfilling than my life in the palace. The moment I became cursed might be the first moment I started truly living. I take a deep breath as I contemplate the question that has been in my heart all this time. Your Majesty, have you ever loved me? I am terrified, but I still force myself to look right at the king. I've always loved you, Luciette. I value you more than my own life. You're my everything, my daughter. I blink at him, my eyes filled with tears. I waited so long to hear those words from you. If you loved me, why were you not there for me? Why did you let Mother do this to me? Was it because I was her daughter? It is true that you are her daughter, but you are also mine. I don't even remember how we... His voice trails off and he avoids my eyes. He sighs softly. I was put under a spell that night. Months later, you came along. I thought I could never bring myself to love you. Not when you were with the witch. Whoa, hold on. I just realized the implications. Well, I mean, it was always there. It was always there. But damn. Damn. Hilary really... No. Not when you were the witch's daughter. But you were different. She was darkness, you were light. And then she corrupted you. Hilary forbade me to get close to you. She was afraid I would influence you to betray her. She told me that she would steal you away completely if I ever approached you. I couldn't bear the thought of losing my own daughter, so I did as she demanded. I had to watch you grow up from afar. I had to push you away. The only thing I could do for you was help you celebrate your birthday every year. This. The birthday surprises every year. The letters that lead to a secret birthday room. Those surprises were always the highlight of my birthday. This whole time, it was you who planned those surprises. I could not let you know it was I who planned those surprises. The beautiful smile you had on your face when you saw all your gifts was more than enough. I'm really sorry for everything, Luciette. For not being a good father, for not being there for you, for pushing you away. After your mother died, he pauses and shakes his head. After I thought she died, I thought I might make it up to you, but I failed miserably as your father. You're already so far from me. I tried to get close to you, but I drove you away. I do not blame you. I think back to all those times he tried to talk to me or approach me. I would always walk away or refuse to talk to him. Because I hated him. I was convinced he didn't love me. I tried, but I tried too late and not hard enough. I should have tried to better understand you. I should have tried harder to see what your mother had done to you. I have never expected any sort of forgiveness, and yet you still gave it to me. But now I'm at a loss as what to do to make it up to you. But you're here now, right? I smile at him hesitantly, and he smiles back. He leans forward to place a kiss on my forehead, even as he wipes a tear away. I love you, Luciette. I love you too, Father. He rests his hand on my cheek. Allow me to make it up to you. Allow me to protect you. You cannot bring her back, Luciette. There will be far too many consequences. But if I refuse to help them, they will kill you. Father shakes his head and smiles. If I have to give my life to give you and our kingdom a better future, then so be it. Princess, it's almost time to go. Father moves to stand in front of me. I won't let you take her. Varg doesn't answer. He silently taps his cane on the ground, creating some energy force as before, sending Father back into the wall with an invisible force. Father. Father staggers back to his feet and gazes at me with a pained expression. Don't do this, Luciette. I ball my hands into tight fists. I have no other choice. I am sorry, Father, but I cannot let them kill you. I try to smile at him reassuringly before walking away with Varg. The last thing I hear is him calling my name as Varg closes the door, and there is silence in the hallway. I am once again standing in front of Mother's crystallized form. It is time, Princess. Now put your hands over the crystal. I stare at my mother's crystal form in silence, but fear takes a hold of my body. Time of the essence, Princess. I do as I'm commanded and set my hands on the surface of the crystal. Oh no. Moments later, the clock strikes 12 and my body suddenly grows heavy. A strange power begins to flow through me. What is happening? I attempt to pull my hands back, but to no avail. Not only are they heavy, they also feel as they are glued to the crystal. Even as I struggle to move, I feel my energy dimming as the crystal grows brighter and brighter. Yes, yes! I blink a few times as tears begin to sting my eyes. I bite my lip in an attempt to keep myself from falling unconscious, and the effort only makes me taste blood. Luciette! Out of the corner of my eyes, I catch a glimpse of Waltz by the door, his hand glowing as he prepares to cast a spell. Waltz's eyes meet mine. His expression contorts in anger as he turns to glare at Mithras. This is madness, Smith. You're too late, Waltz. Just a little more and the energy transfer will be complete, and my queen will be free from her prison. I won't let you do this. Waltz releases a spell at Mithras, who quickly conjures a shield to protect himself. I feel so weak. I feel my knees giving out. The next thing I know, Waltz stands beside me with a dagger. He drives the edge of the dagger into the tense surface, cracking it slightly. Then I am free. Waltz catches me in his arms just before my body hits the floor. Stay with me, Luciette. My body relaxes when I feel his arms around me. I squint up to his face, but his features are blurry. I have to blink a few times to clear my vision. I knew you'd come back. Okay. Thank you for trusting me. I'll always come back for you, no matter the risks. Thank you. Don't speak, princess. Save your strength. How did you get in here? What? It looks like we made it just in time. Parfait steps through a hole in the wall with her outburst of magic created. She looks solemn. You. How dare you show your face here? You who tried to kill my beloved queen. Kill? Mithrose raises his hand to cast a spell, but Parfait quickly freezes him in place with a flick of her wrists. I am surprised, but I realize that Parfait is the Lucius bearer. Even in her weakened state, she seems to be a force to be reckoned with. She turns to face me with a weak smile on her face. As the bearer of the crystal Lucius, it is my duty to stop Hildery. Such was my goal, even back then. Even when the two of us were dear friends. While Parfait is speaking, Varg slowly moves forward with his cane. He seems just ready to place it down on the ground when Parfait turns in place and casts a spell. The magic hits the cane head on, shattering it on impact. Varg, however, seems surprisingly calm. It's a good thing that wasn't the only weapon I had, huh? Varg suddenly charges toward Parfait. Something silver and sharp glints in his hand. Parfait doesn't even move as she casts another spell, knocking Varg back against the wall. The knife in his hand clatters to the ground. Varg struggles back to his feet. The mask covering his eyes falls from his face where he stands. When he looks up, I feel my blood turn cold. Fitz? Varg waves a finger at me, his smile crooked. Maybe I look like him a little, but you cannot seriously think we are the same person, can you? I clutch Waltz's shirt between my fingers as I stare. Everything begins to feel hazy once again. What is going on? Luciette. I hear my father before I see him. When I turn, he's slipping toward us with a pained expression on his face. I can only assume that he made it out of his cell or that someone helped him out. Waltz's arm is still there to support me as I walk toward my father. He reaches out to touch both my cheeks. His warmth makes me flinch. You are cold. I will be fine. Father clenches his fist and turns to Mithrose. It is over now, Mithrose. Not quite. A bright light suddenly surrounds the 10, and the whole room is engulfed in white. I should have killed you a long time ago, dear Gennaro. Father! I moment to see what has happened, but as soon as the light disappears, I see what horror has happened before me. I scream when I spot a large gash in my father's chest. Blood pours from a wound, from a blade of light. I catch my father in my arms as he stumbles back. Waltz quickly comes to stand beside me to help support him. Father! Now this kingdom is mine once again. The voice is familiar, distantly so. It is the voice from my memories. I look up and suddenly there she is. My mother stands before me, beautiful and regal. Her eyes are cold, lacking any kind of love as she looks over at me. Luciette. Welcome back, my queen. Mithrose, who somehow managed to escape from Parfait, is now down on one knee before Mother. Hildery. Hello, dear Fayette. It's been a while. Parfait puts a hand to her chest as she begins to cough. She collapsed to her knees. You have grown weaker since we last fought. Lady Parfait. Mother's eyes snap to Waltz and narrow. I see that the traitor is here too. I also see that you managed to reunite with my daughter. Mother flicks her wrist as she casts her spell. You'll pay for what you did to me. Step back. Parfait quickly steps in front of us, and an invisible barrier appears just as Mother conjures a series of sharp ice projectiles. They bounce harmlessly off the shield, but I can feel the rumble in the ground as they tumble down to the floor. Ugh. Parfait. Parfait is still kneeling on the ground. Now I can see blood on her lips. Luciette. I look down at my father. His shirt is soaked with blood, but his eyes are still barely open. Father. I feel tears brimming in my eyes. The room fills with light, this time emanating from the floor. Slowly, our surroundings begin to blur. Go then. Run away, Parfait. That's all you've ever done. Parfait's voice is pressed in pain as she speaks. We will stop you, Hilary. Last thing I see is Mother's wicked smile, then light swallows us whole. When the light fades, we are back at the Marchen. Parfait is still on the ground, though now it seems like she might sink into it. Lady Parfait! I'll be fine. Just call Rumpel, quickly. Waltz darts from the room immediately. Father, please hold on. Father's clothes are now dried with a thick crimson that stains my hands and dress. Moments later, Waltz returns with Rumpel. He rushes over to the king the moment he sees him. Rumpel tears my father's shirt open, revealing a deep wound on his chest. He quickly looks over his body and attempts to apply pressure to the wound, but the bleeding does not stop. He's lost too much blood. Can't you do something? I'll do my best, but there's only so much I could do, Princess. I cannot perform miracles. There's a faraway look in his eyes as he says this, almost pained expression on his face. His helpless expression makes a surge of panic in me again. You call yourself a doctor? Luciette, calm down. I cannot lose him, Waltz. I don't have much time left, Luciette. I turned to look down at my father, my eyes filling with tears. No, don't say that, Father. I wanted to see you become queen, but it seems this is the end for me. I collapse beside Father, and he reaches up a shaking hand to touch my wet cheek. Protect our kingdom. I can only nod at him. I will always be with you. I love you, Luciette. I am proud that you are my daughter. Father smiles at me, and it is so genuine and warm, it brings fresh tears to my eyes. His eyes slowly close, but the smile never leaves his lips. Father. I shake him, but he does not react. No. No! I lean over my father, willing him to come back to open his eyes, but he is no longer breathing. For the first time in my life, I cry for my father. Hi, Waltz. Ever since my father's death, I have locked myself in my room. I am filled with constant grief and pain, but I've become numb on the inside. Even when I want to cry, tears won't come. Luciette, I brought you something to eat. I am in no mood to eat. Waltz sets the tray down and walks toward me. The blankets crumple as he sits down beside me. Slowly, he wraps his arm around me and strokes my hair. What happened wasn't your fault, Luciette. He did what any father would do for his daughter. He did not deserve to die the way that he did. By Mother's hand. I know. I curl my fingers into Waltz's shirt. I do not want to lose anyone anymore, Waltz. Waltz continues stroking my hair. It'll be fine, I promise. For now, you need to rest, Luciette. I'll be here by your side until you fall asleep. He plants a kiss on my forehead, and I close my eyes, relishing his warmth. Waltz's hold is firm but comfortable, and I sink into his arms as I fall into a dreamless sleep. Days later, the palace announces Father's death. It isn't long before Alacaster is given his crown. The announcement of his session comes with an explanation of the king's death. The palace paints me as a criminal, telling the townsfolk that I was the one who killed the king. I am labeled a fugitive, and the royal family is officially declared missing. We have all been hiding together since then, the royal family included. Now it has been 2 weeks since father died. The longer time moves on, the more aware I am becoming of one gaping realization. Mother has not yet shown herself to the public. What could she possibly be plotting? I place my hand over my heart, willing the pain away. Every time I think of Mother, I remember the sword of light that went through Father's body. Enough time has passed, even though I am suffering losses. I cannot stand idle. I have a promise to fulfill. I will protect our kingdom. I'm about to go back to my room when Parfait calls me. Dolores stands beside her. Lucette, can we talk with you? I look away, avoiding their eyes. What is it you want to discuss with me? It is about the 10. Despite Hildary's revival, it appears the crystal's light is still dim. That can only mean one thing. Hildary is still weak. Still weak. Hildary was absorbing all your powers when we found you. We interrupted the process, and the crystal was not able to absorb all the magic you possess now. All the magic you now possess. That is why she's still weak. Wait, does that mean in the Fitz's route, she was trying to teach Lucette magic, but intentionally knew that Lucette couldn't use magic because she took all her powers? Is that what that means? There's also something else that bothered me about the crystal. Something odd. Odd? The bear has a very strong bond with her crystal, a mutual relationship of sorts, but the bond was absent when she returned. What are you saying? It seems as if the crystal is forsaking their bond. What? It seems even the crystal knows Hildary's time has come and gone. Princess, the crystal has already chosen you as its next bearer. It's a small blessing, but it doesn't change the fact that Hildary is still the strongest witch. At least that's what she wants us to think. Parfait and Dolores exchange a glance. The crystals have chosen its next bearer, and you have just as much potential, if not even more. Dolores turns to me, her usual lax expression more solemn. Are you ready to learn magic, Lucette? Magic that you will potentially use to defeat your mother. I have never used magic before in my life. I have never been raised as a witch, and using magic to defeat Mother, I do not know. Well, regardless of the decision you make, we'll all be here to support you. Dolores and I want you to know that. How is it they're still willing to help me when I was the one that caused this whole mess? I need some fresh air. I begin to walk towards the door when I see Ophelia walk in from the tavern. Our eyes briefly meet, and she opens her mouth to say something, then stops when I shake my head. I do not hear her blame me for my father's death. Certainly, that must be what she is thinking. Ophelia frowns, but does not speak. I quicken my pace, almost running as I head into the forest. The night is silent and calm, and the only sound I can hear is the gentle sway of the grass as I step through it. Mother is back because of me. If I hadn't revived her, father would still be alive. How am I supposed to face everyone knowing that? Waltz has been trying to cheer me up. While I appreciate his company and concern, even he cannot help me come to terms with my mistakes. I hear footsteps behind me. I turn to see Waltz approaching me with a frown on his face. Lucette, please, I am not moved to listen to your reassurance again. I do not need you to tell me again that it was not my fault. Lucette, your father wouldn't want to see you like this. How would you know what my father wanted? I snap at him without meaning to, not bothering to hide the irritation in my voice. He'd want you to walk forward, not linger on a past that cannot be changed. You've been distancing yourself from us since the king passed. Don't think I haven't noticed. Why is that? Because it's the only way I can keep them safe. You know that I'll always be by your side, Lucette. Shouldering the burden will only worsen your pain. Worsen. I already know the pain of losing someone that I love. I've brought nothing but suffering to those around me. I cannot get close to anyone again, lest I put them in danger. I have already lost my father. I do not want to lose anyone else. Especially not you, Waltz. Waltz's eyes widen as he stares at me. I want to show you something. Keep your eyes open, Luciette. You can't miss it. Waltz snaps his fingers, and golden orbs of light suddenly spring to life around us. I can only marvel at the orbs of light floating around us. They look like stars dancing through the night. It's beautiful. You cannot truly appreciate how bright a star is without darkness. Walt snaps his fingers again, and most of the lights go out. During difficult times, the lights grow dimmer. He snaps again, until only one light remains. When you are all alone, it grows even dimmer still. There are things that you cannot do on your own. Otherwise, you risk snuffing your own light out. Another snap and the golden orbs return, this time great in numbers. The lights are brighter than they were before. You are not alone, Luciette. I love you, and it hurts to see you suffer alone like this. My heart is pounding so hard, I fear it might escape my chest. In this moment, it feels as if time has stopped. It is just the two of us. All I can see is Waltz. As I stand here staring at him, I come to a realization. I love him. When did this happen? After a few moments, I realize that it does not matter. I stand on the tips of my toes so I can cup Waltz's face in my hands. I move before I think, leaning over to place a light kiss on his lips. I feel an arm around me as Waltz pulls me closer. The kiss becomes more heated, and I feel a gentle flame stirring in my stomach, even as my mind becomes foggy. I feel his tongue on my lips, but when I part them, he has suddenly drawn away. His voice, blah, 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 his face deep red. Sorry, I needed to catch my breath. I feel the heat in my cheeks and have to fight back my embarrassment. I just kissed Waltz. I look up at Waltz and suddenly realizing how close he is to me, I quickly bury my face into his chest to hide my embarrassment. Waltz's chest rises and falls with gentle laughter. You're so cute. I close my eyes, allowing his warmth to envelop me like a blanket. I love you, my little star. This is not just your battle anymore, Luciette. You don't have to carry this burden alone. So please, trust in me. Trust in us. I'm overwhelmed, but Waltz's words make me feel strangely light, as if a weight has been truly lifted from my shoulders. I will, thank you. We should go back now, or else everyone might get worried. Waltz places a soft kiss on my forehead and smiles at me as he pulls away. He extends a hand towards me. Let's go, my little star. I smile as I slowly take his hand. We walk back to the march-in hand in hand, momentarily forgetting about all the bad things that have transpired. Chapter 8. Hope. This is Cinderella Phenomenon. It's a very interesting visual novel. Bad timing. Maybe, because I'm debating, because it is really late for me. So, I might be ending stream, because I don't know where the next, pause would be. Because I pause on either, decisions, yeah, or next chapters. So, quite literally, next chapters start. I'm like, okay, do I want to keep going or leave? Because I have stuff to do tomorrow as well. So, I think it's better if I do. There it is. Again. Oh, now I gotta do outro. I say as if I don't do outro all the time. I'm just tired today. I did a lot. Been a busy week for me. So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Yeah. Have a wonderful time zone. Thank you for watching, whether you were here during the VOD or during the stream or watching the VOD after. Night. Bye bye.